Do we have the program has now had 2 full months. What's the result? That's what I was just going to say.
Yeah, we get a monthly report from Resource Recovery. Ms. Bennett was correct that from September of '09 to October of '09, we went from 140 tons to 147. But I think a more fair comparison would be the difference between what happened in October of '08 compared to what happened to October of '09. In October of '08, we recycled 115 tons. In October of '09, we recycled 147 tons. That's a 28% increase if you want to compare a month to a month. And looking through the whole 12-month of reporting, the numbers are really helter-skelter, you know, because certain months like Christmas and January, you know, you have a lot of paper, you have some recycling, people move in September, so the numbers are really all over the place. But, you know, that's an important fact that if you do a monthly comparison from one year to the next, recycling went up 28%. Ms. Bennett is also correct that it only went up 5% from September of '09 to October of '09. Then we look at our November report, which we just got. In November of '08, we recycled 130 tons. In November of '09, we dropped down to 140. So just in the monthly comparison from last October to this November, we went in September from 140. In October, we went up to 147. In November of '09, we went down to 140. So it's not consistent. It really jumps around. But if you look at the yearly changes, they are substantial. And again, the no bin, no barrel policy has only been in effect since October 5th. You know, basically a couple of months. And I'd like to address the issue of the recycle bins blowing. We tried to send our rubbish collectors out to collect rubbish first, and then go back and collect recycling. What we found was they didn't have enough time at the end of the day to collect the recycling, to bring it all the way to Johnston, come all the way back with their truck, and do another round. So if we were forced, we did try that, and you know, under the contract, Patriot has the right to collect rubbish and disposables from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. at their choice. And we've tried a couple of methods. They were very cooperative. They just didn't work. We didn't have enough time to go back and forth. So I think we've probably got it down to about 3 hours difference now. And I think that's the best we can do.
You know, just getting back to that, you know, we asked the questions before this came up about how this program was going to work. And we're back to where it really is creating, it does still create a problem. Because even a 3-hour delay from you know, picking up recyclables before you pick up the trash. If someone's going to go away for the rest of the day or whatever, and the recyclables barrels have been emptied, they bring them in. It's going to continue to do that. I think it's very difficult to tell somebody, leave them out there, you're going away for 4 or 5 hours, you'll fall for the remainder of the day, and they're going to hope they find it when they get back. And this has been a problem. And we were kind of assured that in the no bin, no barrels, that they would be able to accommodate us and get the trash picked up first and then come and do the recyclables. It isn't working, and in some areas, I guess, it's worse than others. But we haven't really got a handle even on the no bin, no barrel policy yet. As you just stated, by this 3 months time we've done, we haven't even seen whether there's been any significant increase or not.
I think time will tell. I think we have to, you know, the data over an extended period of time, Mr. President. It's been a month. It's been a month and 3 quarters. And that's all the reporting I have. I'm sure the economy has a lot to do with it because of the amount of rubbish being dumped statewide is down, you know, 15 to 20%. So I mean, there's a lot of factors that affect what's going on here.
Well, we got a lot of factors affected too. I've seen our guys. We got a contract, and they're not supposed to pick up certain stuff, and we got them continually picking up whatever somebody puts out, whether it's should be or shouldn't be put out there, and even after it's brought to someone's attention and they're told not to take it and to leave it there, it's being picked up. I see stuff going into our landfill that shouldn't be going into our landfill, which is really adding to it. And some of it is construction debris. If you put it in a black plastic bag and you can't see it, I don't think if you lift it, you can tell it's wood. I don't think if you lift it, you can tell it's shingles. If it takes 2 contractors to lift it and throw it in there, it's more than the 40 pounds, which is supposed to be the limit on that, and they still take it. And this is the stuff I think that's really creating a problem in the landfill by them taking stuff they shouldn't be taking. I don't have a problem when you get the call and somebody says they didn't pick up my trash. When you go there and you look at the bag and say, yeah, that's a damn good reason I didn't pick up your trash. It ain't trash. It's material.
No, I get it.
I know, but I
Go ahead.
have, all of us have
I know.
comments, so.
Hi, Leroy Kendricks, 53 Rhododendron Drive. I know no one likes to pay more fees or more taxes, but I support the program. It makes economic sense to pay now or pay a lot more later. The only thing I question is I've gone to other towns, and those towns take a variety of plastic, whereas we're restricted. Is there a way we can look into taking all the numbers of the plastic, 1 through whatever it is? Because half the plastics that you use these days is not plastic that's accepted by the landfill.
The state is working on that, and we did get a report on that a few months ago, that they are trying to take, I think it's 1 through 6, or there's some numbers.
Yeah.
And it's just that we're kind of restricted in what we can put into recycling as to what the state takes.
Okay.
And the state is working, Resource Recovery is working on increasing the amount and the numbers that we can put into that.
It's finding the markets.
Right.
And there is an experimental program on 5. And all the prescription bottles are 5s.
Right.
And a lot of other stuff. If we could recycle 5, that would go a long way.
Yeah, plus these little
but-
plastic containers that food comes in,
Yeah,
you know.
they're number 5s.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they have to find the market in order to begin to recycle or allow it here.
Okay. And the other thing I would just encourage is composting. That would also decrease the waste to go to landfill and cost. So.
Laura Epke Road. I also am in favor of this and just have a few questions. I thought, how will the rate, just procedurally, I understand that Mr. Tights outlined a rather broad ordinance that would enable the council to put in place regulations. Would there be public hearings on those regulations?
I would assume that we'd follow the APA type process, and Andy's not here, that there would have to be a public hearing with regard to any regulations we propose.
I thought there were some good points brought up. People buying bags from out of town, bringing in trash. What kind of controls would you have on bringing the bags into the landfill? If people can bring any kind of trash bag into the landfill, it doesn't make sense to be selling the bags. That we would have to have regulations that only proper bags can be accepted at the landfill.
Those, I gave you an example of the bags. This one is for the town of Ashland, Massachusetts. I believe that, I don't know if we need a public hearing, but some sort of town of Tiverton with our town seal to be right on the bag, so it would be identifiable by color, whatever color is selected, and the
Right, but the
logo.
logistics, I think it was a good point. The logistics of buying the bag, proving you're a Tiverton resident, that would need to be worked out.